Hi, it's Marty from PastaGuy.com. Today, no pasta, just a vegetable side dish. Now I say just, it's not just anything. It's just incredible. It's the best cauliflower you'll ever eat in your life. Italian fried cauliflower. We're going to use extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, breadcrumbs. I've got plain breadcrumbs here. You can use Italian breadcrumbs if you have to. I like to create my own. We're going to use 3 eggs, parsley. I'm going to use a little garlic, and the garlic and the parsley are going to be finely chopped and mixed with the breadcrumbs along with the Romano cheese, grated Romano, and a head of cauliflower. So let's get started. Ideally, you want them about this size, maybe a tiny bit smaller, like that. I have a half a cup of breadcrumbs, plain breadcrumbs. I have a half a cup of Romano cheese. I'm going to mix them. And for you people that like measurements, I worked on this. This is 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And we're going to mix all this up. I'm running short of garlic today, so I'm just using 1 clove, but I suggest you use 2. Both the garlic and the parsley finely chopped. This is about a half a bunch of parsley. I have 3 eggs I'm going to scramble, and before I do, I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of Romano cheese in there. I'm going to put a little pepper, a little salt. The cheese has salt in it already, so you don't need a lot of salt. The reason I'm putting more cheese in with the eggs is because when you dip the florets in this mixture, the egg goes into the crevices, and that way the cheese will also go into the crevices. We're going to roll it in the mixture of breadcrumbs, and that does have cheese in it, but that will stay on the outside of the floret. This will be on the inside. I boiled this for 5 minutes. I don't know how long it would take to steam it, but you want it half cooked. Cool it off with some cold water and let it sit. You need a very liberal covering of the bottom of the pan with olive oil. Now these little wedges are still firm because they've only been half cooked. That's very important because you don't want them to fall apart while you're dipping them in the egg and rolling them in the breadcrumbs. Swish them around a little and let them soak in the egg for a minute before you pull them out. That way the egg mixture gets in their little nooks and crannies of the florets. If you start to run out of breadcrumbs, or if they start getting messy because the egg drippings are making clots, then you can always add more dry breadcrumbs along with some cheese to freshen up that mixture a bit. Now you don't want the heat too hot on this because it's not a bad thing to cook them slowly. You want them to be brown. I like mine a little darker than that, but they're definitely prettier when they're this color. Now fold up a few paper towels on a plate. We're going to set these on it to drain and cool off just a bit. I don't chew on camera, but I will tell you that when you eat these, that golden brown olive oil fried outside in contrast to the inside, which is very creamy, they just melt in your mouth, you know, especially with that egg batter with the cheese in it. I'm not overhyping these. This is the real thing. A couple of tips. If you need to reheat these, then make sure that you cover them with foil and bake them or put them in a toaster oven. Just don't let them get dry and too crispy or anything like that. You don't want them to lose their moisture, but they're great right out of the fridge. What I do is I eat as many as I can the night I make them because they're never as good hot as they are when you first make them. And then I snack on them all week long right out of the fridge because they're wonderful cold. So you're really going to love them, and please subscribe.